How's it going, boys and girls? Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH After show. It was another wild week in Port Charles, so let's cut right into it. First of all, Joss and Oscar were bringing some Game of Thrones realness with their Halloween costumes. They had some pretty cute scenes at the beginning of the week. Jocelyn and Oscar were alone at Oscar's house, and the way that Jocelyn was talking, you would think that she wanted sex from him, but really all she wanted to find out was his mom's hiding spots. The two of them are still looking for clues on who Oscar's father is, and they finally come across a tiny bit of a clue in an Ask Manlanders book. Yeah, we can't escape that. It was an unsigned letter, presumably from Oscar's father, but there was no name left, obviously. That would be too easy. But the letter did make them aware that there is somewhere in that house a gift from Oscar's father. And now all they need to do is find that gift. Speaking of Ask Manlanders, Maxie is still determined to use Ask Manlanders to further her career, so she begs Amy and Nathan to continue the charade. After a little bit of arguing, they finally agree to do it. In the midst of the arguing though, Amy announces that Chet, her brother, is finally coming to Port Charles. In the end, for some unknown reasons, Chet's trip is delayed. Next up, Kevin and Laura are finally engaged. It was a very romantic scene, a very wonderfully dialogued scene. I only had one teeny weeny little problem with it. You know that completely empty restaurant where they were? It was the same exact set where Nicholas got murdered by Valentin. And you bet I noticed it. Took away from the entire scene for me. It was horrible. All they did was added tables to the set. They didn't change anything else about it. But hey, at least Kevin and Laura looked good. Now Valentin Cassadine is kind of at his wit's end. As you know, Cassandra let it slip that she is very much in touch with a very alive Claudette. She's using that to have him do her bidding for her. And she lets it slip that Dr. Finn, the guy that she is getting help from, is dating Anna Devane. And you just know that Valentin has figured out that Anna is investigating him all over again. Poor guy and all his problems. I live for it. Elsewhere in Port Charles, Ava and Griffin are being kinda cute. I hate that I'm kinda liking them. It's so wrong, but it's weirdly so right. It's not so much about the things Ava has done that makes Ava and Griffin so, like, somewhat cringe to me. It's more so the Jerome name and Duke Lavery's son. It's weird. Yes, Ava has done some pretty horrible things, but the way that they have been redeeming her is how a character redeeming should be done. There wasn't any rewrites going on. We have a character that's looked back on her poor life choices and is really trying to make amends for what she's done. No tumors, no crazy sisters involved, no contradictions from what we've seen on screen and what we see now. Overall, it was pretty well written. So I can kind of look past the whole a Lavery dating a Jerome thing because Griffin really wasn't a part of that. He's been made aware, but he wasn't there. And Ava doesn't seem nearly as crazy as Olivia. So, okay. You got me. I like them. Alright, so let's talk about the Patient 6 Jason storyline. We're gonna kick it off with talking about Andre. As you know, I was not happy with the way that they suddenly threw Andre under the bus and made him a villainous character. But I thought that GH really redeemed themselves this week when they showed him being remorseful about what the situation was. Andre's involvement with Jason and Andrew is more so about something called memory mapping. Some crazy sci-fi shit that we don't really know much about yet. All we know is that he made the ability to put one man's memories into another man's. We still don't know which one's which though, but if you were to ask Sunny, Carly, Epiphany, Diane, Patient 6 is most definitely the original Jason. Me personally, I am not so sure I buy it. I'm so used to the writer's bait and switch that I'm expecting it. I really don't think that Steve Burton is going to turn out to be the real Jason. Everyone is so sure that Patient 6 is Jason with the exception of Monica. One could argue that a mother knows best, right? Time will tell, I guess. It certainly was a crazy week for Patient 6. Patient 6 watched Sam get thrown into the water, and in the same exact scene that we seen Dante and Lulu go through a couple years ago, some underwater camera, some cool stunt work by the actors themselves, and an almighty rescue. Patient 6 brought Sam back to Sunny's house where Jason and Patient 6 finally come face to face, and Jason ain't happy about it. Whoever you guys want to be the real Jason, you have to admit, you gotta feel a little bit sorry for Billy Miller's Jason. He practically got kicked to the curb by everyone he knows. The only exception is Curtis. My bro TP is still standing up, yo. Curtis is doing some investigating to find out what the hell is going on. Sam herself has come face to face with patient 6. He is doing his best to stake his claim that he is the real Jason Morgan, but Sam's got a pretty mean poker face going on. Not quite sure what she believes. I'm not quite sure she knows what she believes either, but she seems to be playing this as fair as possible. Now what we do know is that patient 6 has memories of Jason up to 2012. What that means is that he is going to be shocked and more shocked with everything crazy that's happened in the past few years. This week, he learned that Danny is his son and not Franco's son. He knows about the brain tumor, he knows that he's not related to Franco, he knows that Franco and Carly had a thing, he also knows that Franco is alive. And yes, we got the pleasure of seeing Steve Burton beat up Franco. A long time coming. So yes, there was a lot of juicy goodness this week and it's only going to get better next week. Let me know your thoughts on the show this week. Did you like it? I liked it. And if you liked this video, please give it a big old thumbs up and you can subscribe if you want to. I do these videos every Sunday and I will catch you guys next week.